Hi guys, my name is Nyree and today we're going to talk about transitional objects that you can use through the adoption process. And if you think anything around adoption, family life and support tips and advice could be useful, then please take the time to subscribe. So my story of transitional objects is that when our boys first came to us as foster boys, they used to carry their shoes around with them, their toys, and we could have chosen one of their objects that they came from their birth family as a transitional object, because what a transitional object does is transition from one place to another. Unfortunately, the boys didn't really want to choose any of their toys as an object, and so my other point is that you let the child choose the toy. So if you're going to be a new adopter, then what you would do is you would have a range of cuddly toys or whatever you want to use, but normally cuddly toys, something soft and inviting in the home that they can then begin to choose as their transitional object, and then you keep using that object, that toy. So what you could do potentially as well is, if the foster carer has had a particular toy for the child and you do not want the child to feel distressed about leaving the foster carer or leaving the birth family, then it could be something that comes from the previous home. In our case, that wasn't going to be, because the home was not a happy place, so the boys were not looking to do that, but they were looking to carry lots of objects around with them. And so in the early days we had a selection of cuddly toys, and I'd like you to meet one of them. So here is Ben. Here he is. I think he's pretty lovely and he's always asleep, so that's quite nice for bedtime. And Ben has been with my older son since pretty much the day he came to us as a foster child, and he is still with my son now as an adopted son, and he goes to bed with him every single night. Now Ben has become a very significant character in James's life. That's not his name, in James's life, and he's always gone everywhere with him. And so guess what? Yeah, I think you guessed it. Here's Ben. Yes, we have two Bens, because we're a bit worried about this Ben falling apart, because this Ben has been with us since James was 3 and now he's 11. What we did was we started to allow James, and also my other son has his own cuddly toy too, to keep taking this new toy to bed with them every night, and then gradually they stopped trying to take their shoes to bed with them. I think you can tell by what I'm saying how neglected they were. They gradually started to form an attachment to the toy. So that's what you're looking for, is for the child to make an attachment to the toy, and then that toy is going to help them get through all sorts of different problems and issues in life, because what they will do is they will learn to associate the toy with you and the family home. If you're a new adopter and you feel like your child is needing some comfort, either you can use something, as I say, that came from a previous home, or you can begin to establish your own transitional object. And that transitional toy is going to be taken to preschool if they'll let you, school if they'll let you. You never know, you can always try. He or she, if it's a he toy or a she toy, is going to come on trips and outings, is also going to be there at traumatic times for your child, and is definitely going to go to bed with your child every night. So the first thing to do with the transitional toy is to make sure that they take it to bed with them every night, and then their smell is going to gradually get onto the toy, and everything around the home that they know, which is good and positive, is transferring onto the toy. And you'll also find as well that naming them is quite important, and I have found that with my boys when they were younger, honestly sometimes now, they very much humanize these toys. So I've said in my other video, when they started nursery or preschool, if you want to call it that, that Ben, and also let's not forget Bobby, went to preschool with them everywhere, and they're in every photo within the preschool, and they kind of felt safer when they had those objects with them. Why? Because those objects linked them to home. And so there was a reminder there that if they had Ben or Bobby with them, they were going to return home some point in the day. It was just that link that they needed to make them feel secure. And transitional objects are very important to children, particularly when they've been traumatized. You may find as well that if you're going for adoption and you are asked to give over a toy so that the child can get used to the smell, then you will know from that 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 is a way of using a transitional object. And adopters are often asked to not only present photographs of themselves in some way, but if the child is much younger, to offer something that smells of them for the child to use as a transitional object. And that's exactly what's happening. They're going to move with that into your home, but whilst they're in the other home, they're beginning to gain the smell, and the identity with this object is then going to go with them. So that's another way in which a transitional object is used. So guys, I hope you find that helpful. What I would recommend is that if you buy a cuddly toy, that you know you can get another one, because I would like to say that the second Ben number 2, was the only Ben left in the world, and came off of eBay, because they're not making these lovely, they're called jackasses. Yeah, don't laugh, they're called jackasses. They're not making them anymore. So this one now has to last. But I can't tell you how important those transitional toys have been for the boys. Hope you enjoyed this more fun video. If you did, then please take the time to like and subscribe. And I'll see you on my another video. Bye bye.